Hello everybody, this is Pip Coleman coming in to do your full moon card reading for this week. It's Tuesday the 27th of April, which means that we are into the full moon is in Scorpio and it is a super moon. So if you've noticed the moon last night or today particularly, you'll notice that the moon looks much bigger today because a supermoon is 14%, it looks 14% bigger and it's 30% brighter because the moon is actually a little bit closer in its rotation around us this particular month. It's a little bit closer, so that's why it looks bigger and brighter at the moment. So that means the energy of Scorpio is going to be pretty full on this month. And you'll notice that the interesting thing is that our third card today is all about the full moon in Scorpio. So I'll tell you about that in a minute so that you can focus on what to do today. Particularly today at 1:31 is when the moon is going to be at its fullest. So if you're planning on doing any releasing work, today at 1:31 is a really good time to write out your things that you want to release and burn them, let them go, whatever you need to do to surrender to the universe what it is that is going on for you this month. So I've pulled our 3 cards for the full moon, and as always we're answering the questions of the full moon. Hi Kerry, how you going? We're answering the 3 questions of the full moon, which are, first of all, what is falling away and what do I need to forgive? So the first the first card is Nothing is Set in Stone, which is the gorgeous mutable moon card. I hope you can see that clearly. I've got my filters on again. But the mutable moon is just reminding us that nothing is set in stone. So when it comes to my next door neighbours are doing some renovations, so let that just wash over you. So when it comes to nothing is set in stone, just know that when we're forgiving that, it's letting go of the frustrations or the uncertainty that we might be feeling around things not being done yet, things not being quite there where you're ready to do stuff, where action is not quite ready to take yet. So be aware that in this moment it's a time of allowing and accepting that things are changeable, and that is good. If you are not quite sure whether to take action yet, just know that you need to wait for a little minute before you take action, because when things are mutable, it means that things are changing. It means that things have the potential to change, and so it's not quite time yet. So be in that space. And if you're being really hard on yourself about things not being ready just yet, your body, your work, your life, if you feel like you're really beating yourself up right now, now is the time to forgive and release those feelings that you're having about yourself, and release them to the full moon, because that's where we're at right now. That's what the full moon is all about. So nothing is set in stone. Just know that things are moving and changing in the direction of your goals, and that it's not quite there yet. So, and that's okay. So the next question when we talk about the full moon is, what is being illuminated? What is this full moon illuminating for me now? And the thing that's being illuminated at the moment is balance. We need to get a balance between spirituality and practicality. So if you have been so head in the clouds lately, a bit too up in your head, then it's time to get grounded. It's time to get really grounded. Make sure that you haven't lost touch with reality, because sometimes when we get a little bit up in our head, a bit too spinny, we're not grounded, we're not in our bodies, and so we need to remember to stay grounded, because we need to balance practicality and spirituality. So The other thing that's really good at this time when you get this card is to start making notes about what it is, what's your intention, what are your plans, what are your goals, you know, and put them down on paper so that you can actually start working towards them. You know, one of my business coaches used to remind me that it's really important to do bite-sized chunks of things. So if you have a big goal of losing a certain amount of weight, or getting a certain job, or building a house, you break it down into bite-sized chunks. You don't just do everything on your list all at once. You go, I do this first, and then I do this next thing, and then I do this next thing. It's about celebrating little goals and moving towards things in the direction that you would like to move. So balancing that spirituality, which is the intention, setting the intention, having your affirmations and your positive mindset around where you want to go, and trusting that things are moving in the direction of your goals no matter what. And then practicality, which is actually putting those things in place and setting those things in motion in practical ways. Because as they say, you can't achieve your goal if you don't take action. So that's your second point about this particular illuminated moon. So be really clear about that in the next week. So start to write down your bite-sized chunks. Now the third card, which I think is really interesting, because our third card today is what's the final outcome. And because the full moon is in Scorpio, it's gorgeous that we've actually got the full moon in Scorpio card. I hope that you can see that clearly. It's the beautiful full moon in Scorpio card, which is it's time to release negativity. And the cool thing about this card is that Yasmin Boland's so amazing. I love the way she frames things, but it's pretty clear that that's what Scorpio is all about. Really high emotion, really intense emotion. So this full moon being in Scorpio, plus we are getting the third card of what's the final outcome of this full moon. It's time to release negativity. Hi, Janelle. So if you have been feeling paranoid or acting weird, take this card as a very direct message from the cosmos to stop it. It's worrying yourself is pointless. That's really important. It's time to release any negativity you have around the situation that is coming up for you at the moment. So if someone's been unkind to you, perhaps it's a time for you to release them. This card heralds an emotionally intense time. So this is what I'm talking about. This full moon is all about that emotionally intense time, and it's a super moon, and we got the full moon in Scorpio card as our third card as the final outcome. So it's a really, really important thing for you to know that now is the time to let go of anything that is not serving you, anyone that is not serving you, and really note that those feelings that you're having are the truth. Don't discount those feelings, those gut feelings that you're having right now. Super important. That's great, Janelle. I'm glad that resonates with you, because that really resonated with me too. I've been having some issues with some thoughts, like overthinking and worrying about something, a particular situation. And I know that what I'm going to do today is write a letter to those people that I've been worrying about, to that situation, and I'm going to be releasing that to the full moon at 1:31 today, when the moon is at its fullest full moon today, so that I can release those emotions. So it's really important that you emote. If you don't feel comfortable telling the person that you're actually worried about or concerned about the situation, then write it down, do your releasing work, and do it on that energetic level, because that's where it is most important anyway. And then things will shift from there, because the more that you're in alignment with that energetic soul self, the more that things will actually move in the right direction on the outside in terms of your life. So if you missed the 3 cards, I'm just going to quickly recap them. So what is coming up for us in this full moon is that nothing is set in stone. Everything's mutable, everything's changeable. Be aware that that's good. That's a good thing, that things are changeable and mutable. So don't, think that everything is going to stay the same. Nothing ever stays the same. It's time to balance spirituality and practicality. So balance your spirituality, all your affirmations, all your positive meditation, all of your intentions, balance all of that with a practical plan, breaking it into bite-sized chunks and setting in motion your action. And very important at this particular full moon, release negativity. It's time. It's time to release that person. It's time to release that job. It's time. So start putting that into place towards the end of this week. You're really going to feel like that needs to happen, because this full moon is opening that doorway for you to let it go and let them go. Set in motion and do those things. Good luck to you today. I'm going to be writing my letter at 1:31 today. Antoinette, how do you release them? Good question. That is what I was saying at the beginning of the video, that is really important to do it energetically first, so that you pave the way for the physical manifestation of that. So you write them a letter, or you write the situation a letter that is absolutely honest, like completely, totally, authentically honest. And I mean really seriously, say exactly what you want to say to those people and that person, and you can do it in whatever way you want, and really let it out. And then make sure that at 1:31 today, when the moon is at its fullest, you burn and release that letter. So you don't give it to the person, you energetically release and surrender all of the emotions, all of the issues, all of the stuff that's holding you back energetically from moving forward, and then you let it go. You release it to the universe. Because here's the thing, if you don't do that energetic work, then you'll find that you'll keep thinking, and we can't think our way out of a situation that needs to be energetically released. You can also do a little bit of cord cutting. I usually like to ask Archangel Michael to come and cut any cords of fear that might be attached to the situation, the person, anything that is related to those conversations. And then you would ask Archangel Michael and Raphael to heal and seal those cords of fear at both ends after they've been cut, and release them to the universe. If you can't burn it, Antoinette, good comment. If you can't burn the piece of paper, then rip it up into lots and lots of little pieces, and then flush it down the toilet, and have like a little ceremonial releasing and letting go by flushing it down the toilet. That's a really good way as well. So make sure that you use that as a clearing, like a cleansing. So as you're watching that paper flush down the toilet, you're actually letting it go, like energetically letting it go, physically, emotionally letting it go, so that you can then come at this situation with a very clear energy. And the cutting of the cords is something that you can do really quickly. You can just ask Archangel Michael to cut the cords. You can ask Archangel Raphael to heal and seal them at both ends, so that they fall away and they don't reattach. So, that's fantastic, Kerry. So you did a cord cutting last night. Cord cutting is a really great way of moving forward. One of the things that I do with my coaching clients is I teach you a little meditation that has a cord cutting plus a vacuuming technique and a preservation process that goes with it. So it's like a 3-step process, like a cleanse, tone and moisturize, as Kyle Gray calls it. So if you're interested in doing a little bit deeper work around that, please let me know. Antoinette, feel free to send me a message, and we could work together and show you how to do that on a deeper level, so that you can take it to the next level. All right, lovelies, it's time to go for this week, but I look forward to seeing you again very soon. And for now, see you later, and have a great full moon. I'll see you soon.